Vaishnava Thakur. O he Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Edase Koruna Kori. Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Edase Koruna Kori. Diya pada chaya shuddho hai amaya tomara charana dori. No, that's okay. Chaya beghado mi chaya dosha shodhi Jaya guna deho dase. Jaya dosha shodhi. Chaya sata sanga deho hai amare boshechi sange rashe. Ekaki amar nahi paya bha Hari nama sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori shadabindu dhiya deho Krishna namadane. Krishna se tomar Krishna dite paro tomara shakhati ache. Ami to kangal Krishna Krishna bholi dhaitava pache pache. Krishna bholi. O he Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Edase Koruna Kori. Edase Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gol, Hari Bol. Shri Radha Madhav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. We will recite, read translation for this. O Venerable Vaishnava, O Ocean of Mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Continue.
Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities and offer unto the 6 kinds of holy association.
The Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simple your servant running behind shouting Krishna, Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, second canto, entitled as The Cosmic Manifestation. Third chapter. Chapter name is Pure Devotional Service. Chapter name is Pure Devotional Service, the change of heart. Change in heart. Very nice. Okay, so we will just read one shloka. We will recite. Brahma Varchasa Kamastu Yajeta Brahmana Patim Indram Indriya Kamastu Praja Kama Prajapatin Brahma Varchasa Kamastu Yajeta Brahmana Patim Indram Indriya Kamastu Praja Kama Prajapatin Brahma Varchasa Kamastu Yajeta Brahmana Patim Indram Indriya Kamastu Praja Kama Prajapati. Please recite. Devi Mayam tu Sri Kamas Devi Mayam tu Sri Kamas Tejas Kamo Vibhavasum Vasukamo Vasun Rudran Virya Kamo Taviryavan Annadya Kamas Tvaditim Swarga Kamo Dite Sutan Vishwan Devan Raja Kama Sadhyan Samsadako Visham Ayus Kamo Shvino Devo Pushti Kama Ilam Yajet Pratishtha Kama Purusho Rodasi Lokamataro Rupa Bhikamo Gandharvan Stri Kamo Psaravurvashim Adipatya Kama Sarvesham Yajeta Parameshtinam Yagnam Yajir Yashas Kama Kosha Kama Prachetasam Vidya Kamastu Girisham Dampatyarda Umam Satim. Please repeat word to word meaning. Brahma, the absolute, Varchasa, effulgence, Kamathu, but one who decides in that way. Yajeta, do worship. Brahmana, of the Vedas. Patim, the master. Indram, the king of heaven. Indriya Kamathu, but one who desired strong sense organs. Prajakama, one who desires many offspring. Prajapatim, the Prajapatis. Rest you can read after the class. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Hear carefully. One who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma or Bruhaspati, the learned priest. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king, Indra. And one who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of the material world. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire, and one who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus. One should worship the Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi. One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vishwadev. And one who wants to be popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as the Ashwini Kumaras. And a person desiring a strong built body should worship the earth. One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and the earth combined. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet. And one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvashi society girls of the heavenly kingdom. One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead. And one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna. If one desires to be a greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. And if one desires a good marital relation, he should worship the chaste goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. Purport. There are we can discuss. We will recite prayers. Mangala Charan. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yutapadakkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Nama Madhuryojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhi Padambujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumyestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannadaya Te Namah. Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo mahavadanyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namine gauratvishe namah. Panchatattvatmakam krishnam bhaktarupa swarupakam bhaktavataram bhaktakyam namami bhaktashaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dhinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Manda Matirgati Masarvasya Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadmada Śrīmad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Śrīmad Radha Śrīla Govinda Devo Preshnalibhi Sevyamano Smarami Śrīman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshi Vata Tatastitah Karshan Venur Swaner Gopir Gopinada Sristunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarvrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas so that I can speak something on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So we'll read purport. It's there? Yeah, we'll go by. So the previous words, what is the first words? Anybody remember translation? Somebody? Who is speaking these words? Shri Sukadeva Goswami is speaking these words. Welcome, His Grace Nitai Jivan Prabhu. Hari Bo. So the first verse, Sukadeva Goswami said to Pariksit Maharaj, as you have inquired from me as to the duty of the intelligent man who is on the threshold of death. So I have answered you. So he answered in the previous chapter to meditate on the super soul, Virat Roop, and many other, right? So this verse, and now Sukadeva Goswami is telling, I don't know how the connection is telling ahead about Vishnu. One should worship Vishnu, but somebody who has some material desires. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling where all they can, what are they going to approach. Like here we see somebody desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra. Good progeny. Progeny means children, right? So somebody desires good children. Who wants children like, Osama bin Laden, or, who may give a trouble to the society. They may just become the destruction for the entire society. Nobody wants a child who is not very going to be dumb or deaf. Everybody wants their children to be nicely educated, nice learned scholar, like that. So good progeny. Somebody desires such kind of children. Of course, every parent desires such kind of children. There are some people, of course, we are in this material world since how many lifetimes? Since time immemorial. And there is no time we did not exist, but we are in this material world since time immemorial. So we were going through many species of lives. Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Nitai Gaur ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So since time immemorial, we are going through 84 lakhs of species. In all 84 lakhs of species, what is the main thing that a living being is doing? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. The sex attraction is there in every species of life, and it is doing that since time immemorial. So those conditions are still there in subtle body. In every species of life, this enjoyment is available, and we were doing those things. So those desire is still there, that desire to enjoy the sex very strongly. So if someone has such kind of desire, or somebody may not be able to do, but if he wants to do, then they are suggested to worship Indra. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi. Like we see materialists, some of my classmates, they were telling me they got a job, government job recently. Some of my juniors also, they called me. One of them called me, one of my friend, he said, I got a government job. Then I told him that you give 50% of at least your first salary to our ISKCON. Then he said, no, I will think about it because I have so many mokkulu. In Telugu it is called mokku. Mokku means some vows. Vows, certain kind of vows that I will give something to Devata. So many, he said, it's not one, two, it is so many. Even my childhood also, since started studying at certain matured stage, maybe in 10th class or 9th, after, in childhood we don't know all these things, we should pray all this, but when certain stage comes, we start praying to visiting temples, start praying. So we desire all those things. So I was also desiring, oh Balaji, if I get a government job, I'll make a diamond kirat. And now I am thinking, with those 40,000-50,000 or few lakhs of rupees, what kind of diamond mukut we can make for the Lord. So of course we are praying to Balaji, but so many Durga, Shiva. At certain point I was praying to Lord Shiva, I don't know what is good for me, please guide me. I want to, I was praying like this at a certain point of time. I was visiting Shiva's temple, many other temples. So somebody is looking for good fortune, what they are suggested? They are suggested to worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of material world. When we were going from the bus, just we take right turn, there is a big Durga ka photo. So big tongue is hanging from her mouth. I feel very fearful actually, because I sit in the front and I just say like this, sometime what to do, please bless you so that I may become nice devotee of Radha Madhav, sometimes praying. Like we see in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Mother Rukmini is also praying to Ambika, right? Can you open once? 10:53:46. Who has 10th canto, 53 chapter, 53rd, 46. It's coming. It came. 1 minute. 10:53:46. Very nice words. Namasye tvambike bhikshnam swasantana yutam shivam bhuyat patir me bhagavan krishnastad anumodatam. So Rukmini is praying to Mother Ambika, O Mother Ambika, wife of Lord Shiva, I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you together with your children. Who are those two children? Kartikeya and Ganesh. Offer my obeisances unto you together with your children. What she is praying? May Lord Krishna become my husband. Bhuyat patir me bhagavan. Patir, mera pati. He may become my husband. Please grant this. So, one is a pure devotee, he can pray, he can approach demigods because he is going to obtain Krishna as object of love. One can pray like that. Gopis also prayed to Katyayani. There's so many instances. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire. And one who aspires only after money should worship the. See how Vedas also very alluring it is, right? somebody wants money. Everybody desire is fulfilled in all those desires are fulfilled. For their desires fulfillment, there are demigods who are ready to fulfill their desires. It's called Upasana Kanda. What it is called? Upasana Kanda. In Upasana Kanda, how one should worship all these devatas to get material benedictions, they are all mentioned in Upasana Kanda. One should worship Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. I see some movie heroes, like when I was in Juhu, I was going to purchase something. I saw some heroine approaching Lord Shiva's temple. So yeah, so they're already, they were worshipping and their desires are fulfilled and again they are coming. I see many heroines, they have natural inclination for Lord Shiva. One who wants to a large stock of grain should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi. Ravana is also son of Aditi. He comes. Who is the father, mother? Achha. So ultimately it comes from his demon, so Aditi only, right? One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vyasadeva. Acha, heavenly planet. Hiranyakashipu is the son of Kashyapa and Aditi. So he was worshipping Brahma. He wanted to occupy the post of Brahma only because he was thinking at the time of annihilation, even Dhruvaloka is vanished. It's mentioned in Bhagavatam. So what is the use of desiring Dhruvaloka? Better I should desire the post of Brahma. He was thinking like that. One who desires worldly kingdom should worship Vyasadeva. One who wants to be very popular, see, somebody wants to be very popular in the society amongst common people. If they worship Vyasadeva, then they become very quickly popular. One who desires a long span of life. Like there are many other things, like so many things are mentioned. One who wants to be a fame should worship the personality of Godhead. Somebody wants to be a good health, it's their advice to worship Surya. Like I see some person there, every day he turns toward the sun and he offers water like this in Chambu. He brings, so every day I saw him, he's an old man. So yeah, he looks also healthy. He looks healthy. He looks fat and healthy. Somebody wants a nice relationship with husband or wife. They should worship Uma, something is mentioned. So let us see what Prabhupada is writing in the purport. There are different modes of worship for different persons desiring success in particular subjects. The conditioned soul living within the purview of the material world cannot be an expert in every type of materially enjoyable asset. But one can have considerable influence over a particular matter by worshipping a particular demigod, as mentioned above. Somebody is worshipping Saraswati. They like, when I was in my college days, during Aksharabhyas time, you all know na samskaras. There are Garbhadana samskara, many samskaras. So Aksharabhyas, they make their children to write some aksharas on slate. The pujari take the child in the lap and along with him, he make him write on the, so that is Aksharabhyas. So that time you see so many people, they come for Aksharabhyas. At least those who have some knowledge, they bring it, so many, thousands, lakhs they come in that time. Because they want their children to be very good in education in future. In my childhood, there is one boy, he knows only A, E, E. I used to take tuitions for a few months. And this boy is unable to remember after these 4 letters only. And I was thinking, my Lord, how much this consciousness is so dull that they are unable to remember just beyond I, E. And after that, no, what is, no, nothing, So, So all ones, previous karmas are very strong. Of course, we must have done so much good karma is there. At least we got some education. You see, some have studied in NITs, IITs, and some triple ITs, and some nice colleges. Some born in good family. So we have some good karmas, right? So, yeah. But we are not expert in everything. I was hearing that somebody may be an engineer, but he is only expert maybe in some branch like civil engineering. That also is not expert in all subjects, in some particular subject only. And that also is partial. Like Radhesham Prabhu was telling, there are two ladies, they are eye doctors. And they are telling, actually we have studied so much big about eyes, huge. We read so many materials, so many things, but what we know about this eye is just 0.001 percentage. So we, although we are PhDs, all these things, we don't have much knowledge about what is happening in these eyes, how this is created from the matter. We are able to see entire creation. So like that. We are not expert in everything. Ravana was made a very powerful man by worshipping Lord Shiva, and he used to offer severe heads to please Lord Shiva. See how horrible, to satisfy demigods, he was cutting the heads and he was offering in sacrifice. It's not so easy to worship demigods. If you do something wrong, then they will become angry also. But when it comes to Krishna, it's very, very simple. You just chant Krishna's names, take prasad, Kevala Ananda Kanda it is, Susukam it is. He was worshipping, and he became powerful man by worshipping Shiva. But he became very powerful, he became so proud, puffed up also, that he wanted to abduct the supreme goddess of fortune, Mother Sita. And ultimately, he was distracted. Right? He became so powerful by the grace of Lord Shiva that all the demigods were afraid of him. When Hiranyakashipu was also doing tapasya, from his head so much heat is coming that upper, lower, all planets became so hot. Then different demigods for different planets, they were fleeing from that place. They were approaching Lord Brahma to please give us some solution that this guy was doing such a severe austerities. And he became very powerful. When he was doing tapasya, Brahma comes to see where is Hiranyakashipu. His body was fully covered with ant hill, and his body becomes bones. This is the skin is, of course, in our body also there is a skull. Of course, this is just a flesh, but if you see, this is a skull, right? The skull. It's all painted. Above the skull, this it's painted. So in our body also there is a skull. So Hiranyakashipu was, only skeleton was visible. Then when they came, they saw, he is demigod. Brahma says, you have done such a severe austerities, no saintly person could do such severe austerities. Because although you did such a tapasya, although your body is just remaining skeleton, still you are alive in that skeleton. Still is maintaining his life aids. You see any skeleton? Skeleton means dead only, right? But Brahma is saying that still you are alive, although you are in the skeleton body. So, what Brahma does, he takes his kamandala and he sprinkles on Hiranyakashipu, then his body becomes very fresh like youth. Then after that, he humbly prays, with when Hiranyakashipu sees Brahma, he offers pranam. Tears are coming from his eyes and he was shivering, and he humbly prays that, you are maintaining so many living entities. You are supreme soul also, he says, supreme soul of all living entities, super soul of all living entities. He glorifies. All these things are there in his glorification of Lord Brahma. You maintain all this, you annihilate, you control, so many things he says. Because he has no conception of who is his boss, who is the boss of Brahma. He has no idea. He is thinking that Brahma is immortal. So that's why he is no? Desiring immortality. Hmm? In other words, all such persons who aspire after gaining some or all of the material objects of enjoyment, or the gross materialistic persons, are on the whole less intelligent, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Why less intelligent? Because whatever they desire is all temporary. Suppose somebody is asking so much wealth. He may desire wealth, he may get wealth, but he may die also today. He may be having hundreds of crores of rupees, but he may leave everything, cannot carry anything with him. Suppose somebody desired a good, beautiful wife, but he got beautiful wife, but how long that beauty is there? After Prabhupada says, the beauty of this material world can be changed by giving some figurative, some chemicals, some kind of chemicals. If you inject in the body, then the beauty is lost. Like you all know truth and beauty story. Like there was one man, he was very much attracted to that girl, and she understood that this guy is just mad after my body. Then she's very chaste, she understood, so I have to teach him some lesson. Then what does she do? She takes some tablets, some chemicals, then she gets vomitings and all. Then she separates her beauty. She takes so many tablets, then she gets a fever, vomitings, then all those vomitings she collects in a pot. And after some days, this guy who wants to marry this girl, he comes and he asks, hey, where is that girl? He comes and asks this girl only, where is that girl whom I want to marry? Then this girl says, oh, I am the same girl whom you are looking for. I'm the same girl. No, you are not that girl. That girl is more beautiful than you. No, I'm the same girl. I became like, you want to see the beauty of me? You go to that room and I separated my beauty, she says. Then she goes to that room and he goes to that room and he sees that it's all vomiting, all this, she nicely stored in the pots. So dirty smell was coming from those pots. Then he understands. So that's the lesson, that's the beauty of this body. Even our own body, you see, if you don't take bath for 3-4 days, how it looks. So much bad smell comes. We see sometimes beggars on the streets. So much dirty smell comes, even though we are little away from them. You can just by looking at their body, you can understand this guy has not taken bath only, since for some days. It's all fully smoke, clothes are also. But Prabhupada is teaching, we should be very neat and clean, externally. I see some boys, they keep eyes here, they with fingers, they keep here, they itch here, they hold the legs, they scratch on their heads. So much, this is not cleanliness. We all should maintain sprays at least. Of course, I should also follow. We should maintain sprays whenever we are keeping our hands here and there. We should, with spray, we should wash our hands. As soon as you wash your hands, you will feel very pure. As soon as how many of you experienced this? Yeah, you feel very pure. You feel your hands are very soft because there is a mode of goodness is prevalent. Mode of goodness is prevalent. So you are scratching here and there, you are contaminating yourself. It's something in passionate and ignorance mode. So that's why we should keep ourselves very neat and clean. When you reach to mode of goodness, you feel very nice. You will feel happy, peaceful. Otherwise, our mind is agitated, our eyes are agitated, our heart is agitated, whole body is agitated. We are sitting in such a posture, our body is agitated, feeling pain. In such a state of consciousness, how you can chant Krishna's names? We cannot chant. That's why we should nicely sit. We should not torture our body. We should comfortably sit. We should make our mind very peaceful. And we should take proper rest. In such a state of consciousness, you can peacefully chant. In agitated state, you cannot chant the names of the Lord. Because ultimate goal is what? To chant pure names of Krishna. So we should make ourselves very peaceful. If our senses are agitated, in our mind is agitated, we cannot chant. So that's why we should be very, externally also we should be very neat and clean. We are taking prasadam. After prasadam, what we should do? We should wash hands. Legs also we should wash. I see some devotees, they just wash hands and they disappear immediately. But the etiquette is that you took prasad, your hands, you are sitting there and you got up, your legs got contaminated. So you should wash your legs as soon as you take prasad. And when anywhere you can walk, you also feel very pure after washing your legs because you'll feel goodness. So like that. So there's no end for telling these things, but there are few small things which we can implement in our life. Suppose somebody is sleeping for 3-4 hours. After getting up, we should take bath. Some devotees newly they come, they say they wear same dhoti kurta for 2 days. This is very bad. Same dhoti kurta. You wore for some time, even you slept on those same dhoti kurta for 3-4 hours, you should wash that. We should not roam with. We are in temple, right? We are in temple. See outside people how they come. They come very neat, clean, right? They come with so much respect that this is a temple. So we are staying here. So we should come with so much cleanliness to the temple. So I'm also learning because one can learn by seeing the mistakes in our own life. So in that way we can do very nicely. When we come to mode of goodness, it becomes very easier to chant Krishna's names, do bhakti very nicely, like that. So in Gita it says, those who are demonics, they know neither proper behavior nor cleanliness. That's what it says, right, in Gita. Those who are demonic people, they have no proper behavior, no cleanliness. So we also have such kind of mentality, sometimes asuric mentality. So we should have cleanliness. Internal cleanliness is by chanting, external cleanliness is by taking bath every day twice or thrice. Bhagavad Gita 7.20 it says, let us just see. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Anybody has any desires, it says that ultimately they should all worship Krishna only. Better it's would if someone has a material desire, someone doesn't have material desires, someone is mad after liberation, mukti chahiye. Anybody who has any kind of desires, they should worship Krishna with all their hearts. But some who are in lower nature, they worship various demigods. And in that way they are satisfied, Prabhupada says. So all these things, whatever somebody's materialist desire is all temporary. Somebody is desiring beautiful, when a girl is matured enough, she thinks, oh, I want a good husband. Good means what? You want him to be beautifully, external beauty you want, or character should be good. If some girl is desiring, I want a husband who is looking beautiful, but his character is very bad. If someone gets such kind of husband, so what is the use of such kind of husband? Whole life she has to struggle. Like that. Somebody is looking for good education. You see, if someone has got good education, what they become so much proud. Oh, I am studied, I am a scientist. Then they come to so much. They become so much proud of their education. They challenge even God only. Like example is the scientist. They challenge the God, existence of God. Although Prabhupada says, like you see the blood is flowing in our body, right? So if the doctors want blood for patients, whom they approach? Prabhupada says, you are so advanced in your science, why don't you create a machine which if you keep the food in that, blood will come out? Is there any machine? There is no such kind of machine. Is there any machine which produces the grains directly? If you keep the sand in that and you will get the grains out. So it's all inconceivable how Krishna is doing such wonderful things. So we should be very grateful. It is said that those who are bereft of all good sense or those whose intelligence is withdrawn by the deluding energy of Maya aspire to achieve all sorts of material enjoyment in life by pleasing the various demigods or by advancing in material civilization under the heading of scientific progress. The real problem of life in the material world is to solve the question of birth, death, old age and disease. Oh my Lord, it's so... Prabhupada is, you don't find any acharya who is talking about death. Death, old age, disease, birth, so much. You don't find any acharya in the history is giving so much stress on these four problems of life. And the Bhagavatam gives complete description how the child suffers in the womb of mother, how the old age is painful, how the death is very painful, how the diseases are very painful. You don't find, nobody, no education is there who is discussing these four problems of life. Throughout my 60 years of engineering, I never saw anybody speaking about birth, death, old age and disease. They only talk about resistors, C language, how the computer is operating, how the water, buoyancy, so many things. But they never spoke about these problems of life. No education. Big universities. Prabhupada says, there's a professor Kotavaksi, he's a big scholar. He says, Swamiji, after death, there is nothing. There is nothing exists, nothing, there is no life. And he's saying, I am a big professor. But as we understand from scriptures, there is a life after death. Life exists after death. Like we see so many children, they are remembering their past lives. So many. I've seen so many. After reading Prabhupada books, sometimes I see some reincarnation. What is mentioned in Gita is perfectly pure, perfect it is. It's not just something mythology. No one wants to change his birthright. No one wants to meet death. No one wants to be old or invalid. And no one wants diseases. But these problems are solved neither by the grace of any demigod nor by the so-called advancement of material science. In childhood, Prabhupada, there was Muslim riots. In Muslim riots, then one Muslim, they were killing actually, there was someone robbing the shops. Then one person, he was wanted to stab Prabhupada. He was running behind Prabhupada with knife. Then Prabhupada was also running so fastly. Then he understood this Muslim guy will not leave him. He ran so fast and he, quickly in some time, he directly went into his house inside the room and he sprayed a kambal on his body. And he was thinking. So, I'm just giving example. Nobody wants to die. Any death comes, suppose somebody is coming with a vehicle towards us, how many people like to stay like that only? Okay, come and hit me. Even the dog also, even the bird also, it tries to escape the situation of death. No one wants to meet death. What to speak of human being? A small bird. If you keep a finger in front of the hand, it will try to escape from your finger. Because it wants to live forever. That eternity that is there, because the soul doesn't die. It's eternal. But these problems are solved neither by the grace of any demigods nor by the so-called advancement of material science. They have no solution for death. You see, doctors only trying to save patients from the death, but when the patient dies, he does not know what happened to him after the death. No information beyond the body. No information. I told one dog, I told, you see, nobody can escape death while distributing, nobody escape old age. Even the doctors cannot. He said, I am a doctor, I said, you are a doctor, but you have to meet the death. You cannot escape old age. You have to die. You may be doctor, you are treating many patients, but you yourself, you are going to be deceased. That's the nature of this body. I told him, you must read Gita, I told. He has not taken, he touched the Gita. In future, one day he may read Gita and he may realize the value of these books. But no demigod can benedict you with birth, old age, disease and death. They have no solution for this. In Bhagavad Gita as well as in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, such less intelligent persons are being described as devoid of all good sense. Sukadeva Goswami said that out of the 84 lakhs of species of living entities, the human form of life is very rare and valuable. Drullabam manusham janma. What does it says? Bhajahure mana Srinanda Nandan. Durlabha manava janama satsange taroho ebhava sindhure. You got the association of, you got the rare human birth, and in this human birth, you got association of Vaishnavas, so you can easily cross over the ocean of material existence. It's very rare, human birth is very rare and valuable. Out of those rare human beings, those who are conscious of the material problems are rarer still, and the still more rare persons are those who are conscious of the values of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which contains the message of the Lord and His pure devotees. Death is inevitable for everyone, intelligent or foolish. But Pariksit Maharaj has been addressed by the Goswamis as the Manishi, or the man of highly developed mind, because at the time of death he left all material enjoyment and completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing his messages from the right person, Sukadeva Goswami. One time we stopped at one place for drinking water or something. Our vehicle got damaged, I think. So there were 4 or 5 boys, they came. So they were asking Gitas. So I told, see, we may die at any time. One boy said, me, I am going to die? Really? So he became so fearful. I saw expressions on his face. I told, yes, any time we may die. Today, I'm going to die. He said, I told like this, today, or tomorrow, or this year, or in 50 years. Oh, 50 years. Then he started laughing. Bahut saal hai. So actually, we don't take these things very easily. But those who are intelligent people like Pariksit Maharaj, he understood 7 days means 7 days. Nobody can protect me except hearing Krishna Katha. But aspirations for material enjoyment by endeavoring persons are condemned. Such aspirations are something like the intoxication of the degraded human society. Intelligent persons should try to avoid these aspirations and seek instead the permanent life by returning home back to Godhead. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patita mam vishame bhavambudo krupaya tavapada pankaja sitaduli sadrisham vichintaya. Oh my Lord, I do not want any beautiful woman, I do not want any wealth, I do not want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotion service, birth after birth, because I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death cycle. Oh son of Maharaj Nanda, please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. That's how a devotee prays to the Lord. So we should only desire to return back to Godhead, because this is not our place to stay. So we should always remember that we belong to Kingdom of God. We should pray to the Lord to give us an intelligence that to go back to Him at the time of death. One should only desire. Otherwise, taking birth in this life, getting so many diseases is not so good thing. It's not so great thing. One may be looking very beautiful, but what is that? One day he has to face so many health issues, death. If he's very impious, he's taken to hell, so many punishments. So life is simply wasted, human life. So rare human birth, we should pray the same Lord. Goloka eva nivasakti akilatma bhuto. Although he is there in the Golok Vrindavan, but still he has appeared in front of our eyes in this Archa Vigraha. So there is no difference between Krishna in the spiritual world, these deities. You can hear from many devotees how the deities, they come in the dreams, they are accepting our service. You can understand, so they are there. We should pray to the Lord sincerely. Please save us from the cycle of birth and death and engage us in your loving service. Okay. Thank you all very much. We will end here. The time is up. If you have any questions, you can personally ask me. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.